Hi, I'm CJ Geck, swing coach to pros and amateurs alike. I want to welcome you to the first installment of the Top 10 Fault Series. This is your mini coaching clinic to correcting those faulty techniques most of us were taught in the past. We're going to teach you how to shave strokes off your game and keep you in play for many years to come. These mini lessons are all taken straight out of my new Perfect Connection GolfSwing program, and they're meant for the amateur golfer of all skill level. Today, with the help of my student Pete. Hey Pete, how are you doing?
Fine,
Thanks for coming. We're going to work on his grip, and this grip is the only physical connection you have with the club. This is another part of the golf swing so full of common and harmful mistakes that it earns a spot among my top 10. We're going to get to work on that right now. We have to remember when we're talking about the grip that this is our only physical connection that we have to the clubs. So our hands have to be on there correctly. One of the mainstream beliefs that mainstream golf, if you will, teaches is that the grip has to be in the fingers. That's wrong, okay? With the left hand, we actually want the club in the fingers, and if I can just show you here, we want that club in the fingers. The right hand, actually, if I can borrow your hand, needs to sit a little bit more in this angle, which is in the palm. That's important. The reason that's important is because now your hands are going to want to naturally stay together. Most of the time I see players really try to get their right hand in the fingers, and when they swing back, their hand comes off. That's not good, okay? So what we also want to do is when this is on here naturally, your hands work together. I always make a joke with my students that God was a golfer because he designed your hands to fit perfectly on the golf club, and that's great. This will eliminate the wrist and joint pain that you're putting this extra stress on your hands, so your hands have to be on there, okay? The other thing I want to get a little bit more in detail on here for those viewers at home, if you could take your right hand off here, okay? One of the most common faults, and actually one of the most common injuries in golf, is basically left arm or side area, and that's really as a result of impact, okay? The body was built for the joints to come into natural alignment. That's your shoulder joint, that's your elbow joint, and that's your wrist joint. At impact, you're putting a tremendous amount of force on your body. Everyone's built differently. Some people have double jointed arms. Some people, they can't even straighten their arms as much. So what we want to talk about here is a great way for you to make sure that the club, or I'm sorry, that the grip sits in your hand that's perfect for you, that reduces stress and reduces injuries. So what we're going to do here, Pete, if you just go ahead and take your grip here, and I'm going to place for you your hand a little bit more to the right. A lot of times mainstream golf says turn your hands to the right. If you just lean back here, you're going to see that that club naturally wants to close, doesn't it? Okay, so that doesn't work for you at impact. Now I'm going to put your hand on here, what would be weak for you, but just for demonstration purposes, go ahead and lean back, and that club naturally wants to open at impact. So for you, your hand's going to be just slightly here, and for those people at home, you're going to need someone to help you with, but go ahead and lean back, put some force on it because there you go, and that club's going to stay more straight. So when we're doing this, this left hand connection is the most important area that I can say about the grip and why mainstream golf gets it wrong. Everyone says, hey, get your V's pointed at your right shoulder, get your V's pointed at your right ear, wherever it is. That may not be right for you. And if you do that, you will injure yourself, I guarantee it. So the key to the perfect connection grip is allowing the hands to sit on the club naturally the way your body is built.